I'm getting lots of queries related to the Microsoft Azure Global Certification and Training Roadmap. Hey everyone, this is Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor. You're watching Teach Me Cloud YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything related to the roadmap of our Azure Global Certification, and also will provide you the complete information related which training or which examination will help you to grow your IT career. So let's start. I'm as a MCT from past 5 years. I'm getting lots of calls related to the consultancy. Like the people want to know how I can become, how I can prepare myself to become a Azure cloud engineer, Azure architect engineer, Azure DevOps engineer, and administrator. So you know that Microsoft to provide us a multiple option to prepare ourselves for the different types of certification, but these certification are totally based on your current experience, right? So let me divide our global certification roadmap for working professionals in two different part. One is related to, you can consider for DevOps engineer, and another for architect and administrator. So three different categories. I'm going to divide our certification in three different categories. Basically, currently we are talking about Azure cloud only. Well, later we are going to talk about the another certification for Google, like Amazon Web Services and Google Cloud. But for now, MS Azure job oriented certification. Yes, we are talking about job oriented certification. So we talk about the job oriented certification. You need to divide into three different part, and according to your current roles and responsibility and experience, we are going to select. The first one is related to Azure architect. Okay. And second is related to Azure DevOps. And the third is related to the AVD engineer, right? So what are the prerequisites? Let's take an example. If you are preparing yourself for Azure architect or Azure administrator, so what are the prerequisites that you need to keep in your mind? Basically, architect and administrator is applicable for working professional who responsible to take your on-premises resources, or you have idea about the virtualization. Let's take an example. You know about storage, right? You have a much idea about how to set up storage. You have a much idea related to the networking. Currently, you are working as a network engineer, and you have a much idea about related to the configuration of switches, router, and Wi-Fi connections. In case Wintel is basically combination of Active Directory and client operating system. If you have idea about Active Directory domain services and users management, right? And the fourth one is backup and restore. You have a much idea about backup, how to take the backup of resources using third-party tool or using built-in tool. And fifth is responsibility, means if you are taking care of the all issues related to the end user. I'm talking about desktop support or end user computing. These all are the prerequisites that will help you to become yourself as an Azure architect or Azure administrator. And now let's talk about the global certification. If you have an idea about, if you have a good experience, like you are working with organization and taking care of the services related to the local area network, internet troubleshooting, printer troubleshooting, Outlook troubleshooting, or backup and restore. So it means that you are perfect, your profile is perfect, matching with the architect. In this situation, you should start your journey with Microsoft Azure AZ 140. Do not apply for AZ 900, because as per the experience, if you have experience up to 2+ years, right? If you have experience up to 2+ years, please do not prepare for the fundamentals, right? And after AZ 104, your responsibility to prepare yourself for AZ 305. And 305 will help you a lot to handle and manage the new infrastructure of client. Migration activity, troubleshooting, backup and restore, networking, VPN. These all contents you will learn in case of 305. AZ 104 is the advanced version of fundamentals, right? AZ 900, this is the advanced version of AZ900 that will give you lots of information related to the virtual machines and backup. You can manage networking like VPC, VNet, VPN, gateway. These all the things you will learn in AZ104. It will help you to understand how we can utilize the feature of Microsoft Intra ID. For architect, you need to prepare yourself for AZ104 and 305. These two certification will help you a lot to become Azure architect, and you can easily apply for any vacancies, right? And now let's talk about Azure DevOps. So for the DevOps, it's totally depend upon your current experience. Let's take an example. You have idea about coding, right? You know about how coding can work. You know about GitHub, right? GitHub is basically a platform that allow us to put our code, and from the GitHub page we are able to execute our code. You have a basic understanding of Python, right? Because the language is also required, and you should know about Java and basic understanding of HTML, right? So if you have idea about these technologies or these languages, so you can prepare yourself for Azure AZ204. Azure AZ204. So 204 is basically applicable for the fundamentals of our DevOps. Once you complete your certification with the AZ204, please prepare for AZ400. And AZ400 will give you lots of information related to how we can utilize the platform of Azure to design any application, to design any kind of website and host with the help of Azure services. So these two certification will allow us, these two certification will help you to become DevOps engineer. This is Azure architect, and these two certification will help us to become Azure DevOps engineer. And last, we are going to talk about AVD. So under the AVD, you can prepare yourself for two different certification. But before that, you should know about the prerequisite. You should clear about networking, right? You must need to know about the networking. Second, storage and replication, storage and backup. Next, good understanding of Active Directory domain services, knowledge of VPN means hybrid network. Then you can prepare for Azure AZ140, right? So this is the certificate for your Azure Virtual Desktop. Plus, if you're going to add AZ500, that will help you a lot to manage the security over a portal. Check your current experience and about your roles and responsibilities and the knowledge that you have. And according to that, you can decide your certification. If you have a experience of more than 1 year, so please do not proceed for AZ900. You can directly prepare yourself for AZ104. That will help us to understand AZ900 content, and also like give us an idea related to the another technologies like networking, storage, Active Directory services, Azure Active Directory. I'm talking about Microsoft Intra ID, backup and application and monitoring system. And once you complete the AZ104, please prepare for the 305, because all the migration tasks that you are going to perform, you can perform with the help of 305. So guys, this is basic information. I hope everything is okay. And thank you guys. We are going to connect soon in another class and discuss more about certification and training. Stay tuned with Teach Me Cloud. Do subscribe. Bye-bye.